Okay. So before we get started with the game, I want to do a quick little thing. So I want to start a series where I basically describe certain scenes that I make up for different movies or games or TV shows or whatever. And I'm going to try to, describe it as best I can because I feel like I've come up with some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to do just a couple of them because I have quite a few. So first we're going to start with God of War, right? So while I watched the gameplay of it because I don't have a PlayStation, I was watching the final battle with Asgard and all the realms, right? Afterwards, I thought about it and I thought, wow, this would be a really cool scene to see, right? So imagine in that last battle of Asgard where we get Kratos, Freya, Mimir, Atreus and the rest of them that are helping them out. They're somewhere pinned down by all the enemies, getting fired upon, getting, blasted and explosions everywhere. Very dramatic, right? Then imagine at some point, right? Because Atreus is figuring out all the different magic he can do now, at some point he developed some type of time manipulation, right? So as they're pinned down and they're getting desperate, they're losing hope, maybe even Atreus says something along the lines of I'll be back or wait here or something like that, right? He runs off and Kratos does his usual thing, goes, Atreus, come back, or something like that, right? And Freya can't believe Atreus would leave him there. Mimir can't believe it either. And so the three of them and the rest of the gang are slowly losing hope as this barrage of attacks continues. Then up in a cliff above where the battle is going on, you start to see something. You see one of these portals opens up, right? And Atreus walks through saying, I'm back, or don't worry, or something like that, right? And then you hear a very slight noise, right? Through all the noise of the battle, all the noise of the barrage and all the explosions going on and everything, you hear footsteps. You hear marching. You hear a chant. Out of nowhere you hear, oh, I'm sorry. Wow, I messed that up. Through the portal, you hear, and Kratos looks up in amazement. He looks up at the portal and says something along the lines of, it's impossible, or that can't be, something like that. Then out of the portal, the Spartans walk through with Leonidas, right? And the 300. And Kratos just looks up in amazement and confusion. And Freya looks up in wonder. Mimir in excitement, because here comes these warriors out of nowhere, right? Then Atreus goes down to where they are. He says, I found some people that can help, right? He said, I found a way to go back to your homeland, he tells Kratos. Kratos is in bewilderment. He says, how is that possible? And then Atreus says something along the lines of, "That's not the only people I found." Then out of nowhere, Deimos walks through with all his might. And Kratos, in amazement, he yells up to his Deimos. And Deimos joins the fight. He has his spear, his sword, whatever he had in the game. I don't remember. This has nothing to do with continuity, by the way. This is just like what I imagined. So Deimos comes in, he joins the fight. He says, sorry, hold on. Sorry, I couldn't get out of it. So anyways, Deimos joins the fight. Kratos is in amazement, and the battle starts to go their way. And then, one last thing. Atreus goes to Kratos and he says, "There was one more person I found and asked if he would help." And Kratos, in confusion, says, "Who?" Thinking maybe Athena or some other god he doesn't like. But then you hear a slight clinking of armor and heavy footsteps walking slowly through that portal. First you just see, the silhouette of this person. Then little by little you start to see, the camera pans to this person's feet as they walk across through the portal onto this cliff over the battle. You see Kratos looking up to the cliff with horror and fear in his eyes. And he says, How did you find him? Why did you bring him here?" And they look up and they see a younger Kratos looking down at the battle with the most intense scowl he's ever had, ready to fight. And then I said to myself, well, maybe that entrance maybe isn't enough. Maybe it should have something a little more, something like this. Now imagine this. Imagine this as the portal, right? This as the portal. That's not this. There's nothing there. It's just the portal.
Much distance, but
right. And you don't see this. Just imagine just the silhouette of his back, right? Walking towards the portal. Just no dialogue, no grunting, just him seldomly walking towards the portal. Then you hear that iconic sound.
It changes nothing. Pretend to be everything you are not. Teacher, husband.
Sorry.
But there is one unavoidable truth you will never escape. You cannot change. You will always be a monster.
I know.
And you hear the classic music
But I am your monster no longer.
as this younger Kratos walks towards the portal just like this and emerges through the other side in front of the older Kratos, and they just share a moment of eye contact, and then they just go into battle. And I think that'd be a really cool scene to see you know? So what I'm hoping is that this reaches some animators or some artists, and they have the ability to bring this, you know, into life, you know? So I think that would be really cool. You know, I'm sure if I think about it more, I can think of like other characters and other scenarios and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, because I think that'd be cool. You know. All right, let's get into this game. You know, that's one thing I really wish they didn't take away, was that music, because I do like the music from this game right now. Like the current soundtrack is so good. But I do wish that they could bring back, you know, that classic music, because I just feel like it's a lot more intense, right? You know, the scene where in this game where he gets the blades back, I really wish they could have added that music instead of the dun dun dun, you know. But I get why. That just sucks about companies sometimes, that they can't always just do fan service. They have to do what the companies say because of legal stuff or something else. I didn't even keep it open. There's literally no use for this. Yeah, that's just something I was thinking about when I was driving the other day. I was like, you know what would be cool? And all that just kind of popped into my head, and I kind of worked it over myself, you know. I have a couple other ones like that for different shows, different movies, different games and stuff. Where I left off last time, I was gonna get the Light of Alfheim, right? So I did that on my own because I wanted to do some side quests, and I couldn't leave that area until I finished that part. So
I see some.
sorry, y'all missed it. Got that already. Okay. Right now we're looking for, I don't know, Sindri's something. Nope, that's not where I wanted to go. Like I know what I like, the scene I just described. There's no continuity to it. There's no logic behind it. I know like some of those characters are just like not meant to be there, you know. But I thought that was like a cool little scenario I cooked up. Also have one for...
Well, what did you think of Fafnir's storeroom?
We found no whetstone. This dagger belongs to the Reaver who took it.
They took most of the good stuff.
Oh? Well, here, take this, in exchange for the dagger.
I have one also. That's not what I meant to do. See, I know this one has it's a higher level, but this one boosts almost everything. I don't know. I'm keeping this one.
The dagger you brought me is quite interesting. An artless design, but the construction is sound. Where in the temple did you find this?
In a river's back.
Oh. Oh.
He mentioned he was part of a larger clan. Maybe they took the Whetstone?
Quite possibly. I know I've seen this design before.
But now I want to do. Let me do a couple more side quests because I do want to level just a little bit more. Yeah. No. Cool. What was I saying? I have one for Spider-Man No Way Home that I'm probably gonna do next.
Look at this place.
I'm gonna try to get, you know,
World tree.
Boy, stay on the path.
Right, I know.
We jump.
Really?
I wanted to explore a little bit more. Never mind.
Bad idea!
And then they die. No. Oh. I did die. Why is that an option? Okay. I didn't realize what was happening. Scared me.
You scare up that alchemist what needed finding? What realm you gents shaking off? Let me guess. Alfheim?
How'd you guess?
I'd know that smell anywhere. Used to spend my fair share of time there, but I ain't allowed to anymore on account of the incident.
What happened?
Well, ain't too sure your daddy's gonna like me talking about it on account of all the swearing and stealing and thinking involved.
What?
Don't judge
This
me.
girl.
You're the one came in all reeking of elf. There's of a man's memories. Go on now. I got things that ain't gonna hammer themselves.
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably do Spider-Man one next because I got a pretty good idea for that one too.
Hey, you didn't happen to run yourself afoul of a scruffy fella about yay high, doesn't feel pain, sounds drunk but probably just slow? Hey, how'd you think I feel about it? If I'd wanted Aesir business, I'd have set up shop outside a brothel. Or a fighting pit. Or fighting
Aesir,
brothel.
that's what they're called.
Did he say Aesir? Like gods?
No.
Brock, what do you know about the serpent in the lake?
I know he's too damn big.
Alright.
To work it is.
Okay. Test the rounds. Don't have that, don't have that. I do have this. I don't even use them to fight all that much, to be honest. I already maxed them out. Jeez. Okay. Crafting. I need one more parts. I can only do one at a time, right? Ancient rubble. Oh. I just need my hat silver for that. Axe pommel.
Right. Lots of luck.
Okay.
I need that alchemist for something I'm stewing up for you. If you're smart, you'll find him.
Find this alchemist. And then get whatever he's trying to give us.
One more for the collection.
Oh, nice.
Did you see something out there? That tower.
I see no tower.
Maybe I'm seeing things.
What?
Got any more short and purposeful stories from it?
Very well. There was a horse. The horse sought vengeance upon his enemy, a stag. But he could not kill the stag alone. The horse met a man, a hunter, and made a deal. He took the man's bit and bridle and allowed him to ride in a saddle on his back. Together, they killed the stag, and the horse tasted victory. But the hunter would not release the horse and made a slave of him.
So getting revenge cost him his freedom. Hope it was worth it.
It was not.
It is here, I think. It is not. I gotta. I didn't even check my audio. I did the whole thing and I didn't even check if that sounded good or not. Oh. Okay, testing. Oh no. Is that how it's been sounding this whole time? Hold on, I'll be right back.